So guys, I'm back here at my friend Forrest Pilkington. He has, it's called B Gump 3D printing. And Forrest he's quite a bit younger than me. So when I was flying, he was a kid growing up, and he flies F3A. He does all kinds of precision flying, but he also is kind of an engineer, and he 3D prints stuff. So I want to show this to you, and he can make anything. And for the hobby, it's great. I'm gonna have him talk about it. I'm gonna get off the camera and let Forrest talk. Forrest, welcome, thank you, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been around the hobby since I was 9. I'm 36 as of today.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So yeah, 3D printing, we're out here showing off what 3D printing is really all about, not just printing trinkets and toys. We can print actual functional engineering parts. So we have a machine here that's very special, that's running polycarbonate wheel hubs that we design and manufacture. We're actually running production right here on the show floor. So this is a very fast Core XY Cartesian hybrid setup that's running all-wheel drive, American-made hot end, that's pushing lots of plastic and super fast, but also accurate and strong. So we just brought that to show off what really, high performance printing can do. We're just going to show off some of our products here. So we have a folding stand. We mostly cater to the F3A world, but we also will do other things. We're working on in the pipeline is a turbine one to support turbines up to 70 pounds. So this completely folds up. We have boxes, so if you're working on your airplane, you can put something, your tools, your bolts, things like that, so they're not all over the floor or in the grass when you're in the field. So these are made out of ABS, so these will survive in the environment. Or hot environments, long term. Very nice and stable, nice and wide, fully adjustable legs, adjustable uprights.
Can you fold it up and show it to me?
Yep, so we'll take the box mounts off. So the easiest way to do this is this way, and you press on the hinge. Nice and compact.
That's pretty cool.
And then to unfold it is just like that. Boom, you're done. You can put a biplane, mostly for like pattern, we have big biplanes with big tall fins, and you gotta flip the airplane upside down to put your wings on. So, you can have the airplane upside down on asphalt in the wind, it's not gonna blow over. The stand's got some heft to it for a reason, so it doesn't get blown around. And these are the little boxes.
You can put your
bolts, things like if you're taking apart your spinner or your drive or something like that, you got to do maintenance on it, and you're in the field, you need someplace to put your bolts because you're typically in a grass field or something like that. So
yeah,
your bolts are just going to go in the grass. You're never going to find them again.
And this is some of the products that you made here.
Yep. So we kind of have a whole system. Most of it's out of necessity, so we are pretty much the premier wheel manufacturer for the F3A world. We also can do some bigger stuff too for wheels. But here we're showing, this is fully 3D printed, the hub and the quote unquote rubber part. And we're showing off that, I can have it nice and firm, or I can have it super, super soft.
Yeah, let me feel it. So these are the tires for F3A?
These are the tires that we use in the F3A.
Really?
And it's fully 3D printed. We have multiple sizes for the
it's amazing, isn't it?
different wheel pant.
This is a stiff one, and these are a lot softer.
And this is not hollow.
It's a highway driving, sports car driving.
So there's actual structure inside of this that will survive on asphalt. Unlike your typical is like a foam wheel that's just going to get shredded over time. Yeah. We designed a wheel that will rebound, come back, and maintain shape, but also survive on asphalt.
Wow.
We have some wheel chocks various sizes, giant scale, 40% stuff, smaller pattern stuff where you don't need a big old bungee cord. You can either Velcro it to like the back of your carpet in your car, or physically mount it in your trailer. And then
What's this here?
So this is really cool. So this is a carbon fiber nylon part. So yes, I said that right. Nylon, PA6 engineering material that's carbon fiber infused. This is a spinner for a counter rotating drive system that we are the wholesaler for the U.S. market for this spinner. And so we just brought this to show off the material that we can print. This is what's printing in industrial machines. And we can print that here. This is showing off polycarbonate carbon fiber. So this is the same material that this hub's made out of, but in carbon fiber infused. So it's a little bit stronger. And then we have a incidence meter kit. So in the Tucson Airback Shootout worlds, the IMAC worlds, the pattern worlds, and even some of the jet stuff, we're playing with wing incidents and stab incidents. So there's really nobody making these anymore. Robart no longer makes them. So we had to create our own because we still play with those. So we have a 1,000mm version, which will work on all your 40% stuff, your Tucson stuff, and then we also have a shorter version, uses the same parts that are for F3A. And this is really cool. So this is ABS glass fiber, the colored part, and this softer part is actually the same material as this, that I can vary the hardness so it's still stiff, but it's soft in the middle. So if you got angled wings, it's not going to slide off and you're just chasing the incidents all over the place. It'll soft, so it's not going to tear up your wings, but it's also hard enough that it's not going to move on your wings. So that system is built around our throw meters and our other devices. So this is a meter that we bring into the country. This is a 6-axis Bluetooth ankle monitor that connects to your phone, Android, iOS. And this is really cool because it's super accurate. It'll tell you how bad your floppy servos or your linkages are. And we have a throw meters, smaller for like F3A or your soaring gliders, and then the giant scale or the bigger jet stuff. And then this also goes on the incidence meter, so you can buy the meter, one of the meters, and buy the whole ecosystem. And then we also have thrust angle meters, so we have it for DA 200s for the big stuff. We already have a new version for the F3A for all the contra drive spinners. So a whole ecosystem built around this meter for measuring throws, your incidents, thrust angles, or that whole gamut of stuff that when you're really getting in the nitty-gritty of precision things, we need those measurement devices. On top of that, we also make we call elevator sticks. So it comes with a set of 4, and these go on your stabs. You have 4 of them on your stabs, 2 on each stab. And this allows you to really fine-tune, making sure your elevators move exactly perfect. We also work in jets too with the twin systems. So that way, if you're doing pulling out of a downline, your airplane's not going off to the side or the angle. You're getting those stabs to move exactly even throughout the whole travel of the system. Yes, a digital meter will get you close, but when you're going after the precision, you need carbon rods that are straight. So we have a whole, that's a combo kit that comes with that. We also have just some antenna mounts for your different FrSky antennas or your standard Futaba spectrum antennas. And then this is kind of cool too. So this is showing off some ABS measuring devices too. So this is old school Robart incidence meter mount. You can put this on a piece of glass. It's that flat. So we brought that to show off too. We can also do some multicolor stuff for like trinket stuff. This is a coaster for the Volkswagen world. It's got a nice little carbon fiber look to it.
I like this wing holder here.
So this is something new we brought out, built for a pattern, but can also work on other things. So it's a fully adjustable wing. So if you got biplanes or if you got monoplanes, so fully adjustable, has soft feet, so that won't get knocked over. Kind of gives all foam for in contact with the wings. So it comes in a couple pieces. So really big. ABS also. That's all we deal with is ABS on up. And
wow, that's nice, man.
so it's
get your wing tube attachments.
yeah.
And you
So
just
it's
pick it up and go.
got a wing tube attachment for monoplanes. It's got some heft to it, so it's not going to blow over if you're out putting your airplane together. It's got all the joints have steel pins for the halves that are joint. So it has 3 on the sides and then 4 in the center section.
Well, Forrest, I got to say that's a pretty good overview about everything here on this table.
So
I'm really impressed with this stand. I'm gonna have him make something for my MiG, and I'm sure he can custom make anything for whatever airplane you have. But after thinking about how big my MiG is and trying to get that thing moved around, this is going to work because he can actually make it to the right curvature of my fuselage, and I'll be able to sit there and feel safe with it sitting on the bench or sitting out in the field somewhere. Here's what he's doing. He's printing off these wheels, but here's some finished product.
So this is straight off the printer today. This is polycarbonate hubs for our wheels. We're printing production right here.
Man, that's awesome. I didn't know they're running 3D printed wheels on the F3Bs or F3As.
So we also do some car parts. So we have parts living inside of cars, living inside of engine bays.
Okay.
So it's not just ABS. We can print literally stuff that has fuel running through it.
Well, I'll. How can we get hold of you?
So look us up at BGump3dprints.com or BGump3dprints@gmail.com.
Okay.
Send us an email if you'd want something made. We can make it. If you want to wholesale something, we can also wholesale.
Well, Forrest, I got to say thank you. This is the rude and crude part of my camera work since I'm by myself, but thanks, Forrest. Man, his stuff is, as a kid, like I said, running around at the model field, to now look at the stuff that he's making. He's thinking outside the box, and I really think it's just awesome. I look at all this Robart stuff. I mean, for modeling world, like you said, they don't make this anymore. So this stuff goes, he's made it. He made it for you. I got the meters and stuff at the house. And, but when you're flying, you can tell he's a geek. He's a geek or a nerd. He's one of the, and he's all about precision. And when you're flying something with precision, you have to be very precise on everything, don't you?
You do, and a lot of those tools that we had back 20 years ago don't exist anymore. Or people have them and they're worn out.
Yeah.
And they need parts made for said tools. Or there's just newer ways, modern ways to do things these days. So we've come up with methods to do
this
that.
Right here.
This is new. Something simple as this goes a long way when you're looking at the precision that when you're talking about precision jet flying or precision airplane flying.
Well,
that's a lot of things that people don't really see that goes to make these things work.
Well, all right, Forrest.
Thanks, Dewey.
I don't know how many people are going to watch this whole thing, but we hope you watch it. But catch up with Forrest on, like I said, it's B Gump 3 prints, and get hold of Forrest. I'll put his phone number in here also, or whatever. He doesn't have it on his cards. He doesn't want you calling him, but you can email him.
Send us an email.
All right. Until then, blue skies.